Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, Darius Oluchauskas. Today is the 27th of June 2018, so welcome everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday session, morning session, where we're going to have a look at the markets, what happened with them yesterday, what levels to watch out for today and later on, of course. But before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content of this webinar does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Also, a very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers website here, but specifically if you click here on research and go into JFD research, we'll take you to our little page here, which we update on a daily basis with different trading shoutouts, technical analysis, and of course our main daily analysis that we produce every morning. So feel free to check us out, and I think you can find something useful for yourself here. But for now, let's quickly have a look at the charts. So the first one I want to touch on is the S&P 500. Now, probably not going to stay too long on this one, as we can see that yesterday was just a small day here, not a lot of trading, and we're still above this 50 EMA here shown as the red line. So currently, of course, trading below this key area of initially it was acting as support here, but now it's going to become as nice level of resistance. So keep a close eye. The 2742, good area to watch. Certainly, we're stuck here between this 50 EMA and that line, and of course, for now, just judging by this picture, because we are now below this upwards moving trend line that has been broken here, and this is more of a bearish sign rather than a bullish. So I mean, if we get another break here below the 50 EMA, so continue monitoring the downside, we could end up moving towards this 2700 again for a nice test. And if that doesn't hold, well, guess what, we do have a better area of support here, a potential area of support at around 2675, and also slightly below that, just a little bit, a few points below that, we do have the 200 EMA approaching that level as well, so could act as a very good area of support here. So keep a close eye on this one, but like I said, before we start considering this zone, we need to kind of see a nice break here below the 50 EMA and eventually below this 2700. So continue monitoring it. Certainly for now it seems to look more bearish than bullish. So similar developments are on the Dow Jones, certainly, but this one is already on its 200 EMA. So for now, of course, continue monitoring this one. It is a very tricky spot here, because if we get a nice break here below again, well, I mean, this could end up moving lower. Certainly, of course, all eyes are still going to be on that day's close, because if we get a break here, we could maybe see something like a pierce through this one like this, and then like at this scenario, something like that, and we could see maybe a reversal back to the upside if the price closes above this EMA, so this 200 EMA. So keep a close eye on this one. Certainly, like I said, we are at a very tricky spot now. Probably we could start considering some upside levels here only if we see a nice move back above this area right here at around 24,670 mark, something like that. So if we do get a nice break here and a close above, then, well, we could start aiming for this 21 EMA and then eventually for higher levels. But for now, of course, it is not looking quite healthy, I would say. So stay sharp, be careful, and let's see what it wants to do with this 200 EMA. Similar stories on the NASDAQ, and also closed the day with the small body here. I mean, we can see that the bears and the bulls were finding it difficult to figure out who's going to dictate the rules, and certainly for now we're still remaining bearish on this one, because we've broken this upwards moving trend line. It has been running here since 25th of April, and we're also below this key area of support, well, which was acting as support in the past. So now it's becoming a nice area of resistance, and we can see that yesterday the price managed to move towards that level and actually then retraced back down. So continue monitoring this 7105 mark. Certainly at the moment the target is more to the downside, and we could start aiming maybe for this 50 EMA here, but for that we would need to see a nice touch and a break of these two levels here, the 7010 and the 6990. So basically the area around the 7,000. So if we continue dropping here, then like I said, yeah, we could see maybe a touch of this 50 EMA, and then maybe a drop lower. But of course we'll consider we'll reevaluate this scenario after we see this move here to the downside. Similar stories on the, well, actually, to be honest, we should rephrase that. FTSE was looking slightly better here, and we've bounced off this this lower side of the channel here, and now of course we're stuck here. It's very undecided area here, and on one side we do have a nice good area of resistance here that this index could move to, the 7610 area approximately there, which coincides with the 50 EMA. But on the other hand, we do have the 200 EMA, which is quite probably a strong, I would say maybe a stronger magnet for this one on the longer term picture, and we could maybe see a move towards this line here. But for now, of course, keep an eye on this, on the boundaries of this falling channel, and we could see, if we see a nice break here below, then well, yeah, we could end up moving towards this 200 EMA. So for now, keep on monitoring this this area, guys. I mean, certainly for us to become more bullish on this one, we would need to see a nice move here above this 7610 area, and especially see a close above this 7610 area in order to kind of consider a move higher here. Looking at the DAX, and the DAX, well, DAX is not feeling very well, let's say like that, and moving lower. Yesterday we broke this this area, the 12,300 again. Certainly we saw initially a move higher above it, but then we moved lower after that. So the bears kind of took control of this, and now we are aiming for this 12,150 area approximately there. Could be a good area of support, initial support. Certainly from here we could maybe bounce back to the 12,300 mark, but of course let's not over speculate. Let's see what it wants to do with this 12,150 initially, and if this is going to act as a good area of support. Let's quickly touch on a few commodities, and well, the precious metal. The first one is going to be the precious metal gold, and we can see that yes, we are moving lower here, of course, and it is not far right now from our target here at around 1250 approximately there. Certainly if we do get a touch of that area, well, we do have a nice, good, strong upwards moving trend line here that has been running since December 2015. So keep a close eye on that one, but we'll consider that line in this area only if we get a nice break here below the 1250. So for now, of course, this is looking more bearish than bullish, and we could end up moving towards these lower levels here. And this trend line is kind of running here around this 1237, 1240 mark or zone, I would say. And we could, like I said, we could end up testing that, but only if we get a nice break here below the 1250. On the upside, well, if we suddenly get a reversal back above the 1261, keep a close eye on the 1270, or even actually this shorter term upwards moving trend line that has been running here since July 2017. So we could maybe end up testing that one from underneath here, but we would need to see a nice reversal here and a close above the 1261 in order to kind of start considering these higher levels. Silver is an interesting one. Now, I would probably recommend to stay very careful with silver, because we can see that yesterday we had a nice break here to the downside, but the price never closed outside of it, outside of this triangle formation that we're seeing here on the bigger picture, and we never closed. And today we're seeing the similar story here. We are breaking this lower side of the triangle, but the question here is where is this going to close. I mean, are we not going to get a scenario of something like this that we had just a few weeks ago? So we could see something like this. I mean, another break here and a second break to the upside that we had here, but then still the price closed below, or should I say inside this triangle. So we could maybe see a similar scenario, and if we do get something like this, if we do get a close inside, well, I mean, this could turn out to be a nice positive signal for this precious metal, and we could maybe see this one moving higher here. So for now, of course, continue observing this one. Be very careful with your shorts here. If I would probably recommend to stay away from that and just monitor today's close. Let's quickly touch on a few pairs now. So the euro dollar is stuck here in this little zone between the 117.250 and the 116.500. So continue monitoring it. I mean, we're still staying neutral on this one, because if we get a nice move here below this 116.500 again, then, well, we could start aiming for this long-term upwards moving trend line that has been running here since around January 2017. So very good area to watch, very good area of support here. Certainly we can see that it acted, it couldn't close above that, below that line here. I mean, it's pierced through this one several times, but still the pair kind of retraced back up here. The bulls kind of managed to drive it back up above it, and now we're just going to, like I said, stuck in this little area here. So for now, keep on monitoring it. Certainly if we get a nice break here above, or a pop here above the 117.250, this could be seen as a bullish sign, and we could start aiming for this 118.400 level, and then of course higher if we get a break here. But of course, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Excuse me. Let's see what it wants to do with these areas first, because like I said, we are stuck here, and well, we're probably going to be waiting until it's going to give us a better move. Looking at GBPUSD, GBPUSD is currently flirting with this level here, this level of support around 132.05. Certainly if this continues to act as a good area of support, we could end up reversing back to the upside again, testing this 21 EMA, and then moving towards this 133.40 area, approximately there. Now a break above that could send this pair towards the 134.70 mark. So a very good area of resistance here, coincides with the 50 EMA as well at the moment. So yep, watch out for this one, guys. But on the downside, if we get a break here below the 132.05, still not everything is lost here, because we would need to see a strong move here below these lows that we had here on the 21st of June, so below the 131 mark. So, and if we do get a move something like that, then we could start aiming for the 130.40. So for now, keep a close eye on this one, keep a close eye on these levels here. We could squeeze something out of it, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. So, but that's why we'll have to play here the waiting game. Let's quickly touch on a few dollar pairs where the dollar is the base. USDJPY is a good one. So yesterday it seemed that it wants to move lower here. We were seeing that the pair was trading below this upwards moving trend line that has been running here since around the 26th of March. But we can see that we had a nice strong move here back above the line, and we've tested the 200 EMA. So also we're stuck here again at this tricky spot between this 200 EMA and this level of 110.250, and again of this upwards moving trend line. So for now, guys, I mean, the only thing is probably to recommend here is to probably continue monitoring these areas here and wait for a break either through the upper side here, either through this 110 to 50, or actually eventually a nice see a break here below this upwards moving trend line, and eventually maybe see a close below this trend line. So only then we'll probably start considering lower levels here, like 109 200, or even actually the 109 mark. So for now, stay sharp here, keep observing this this level here. We could maybe end up getting a nice trade out of this one. Okay, I will have to wrap it up here, guys. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching and listening. And if you want to join me later on at my Traders Tea Time at 13:15 GMT time, 14:15 British Summer Time, where we're gonna have a look at probably more pairs, more currency pairs. But for now, guys, I hope you have a good European session. And yep, bye bye.